Hi, I'm Paul Becker, and I want to tell you about how my wife and I beat IBS, so maybe it can help you. In 2002, my wife, Paula, developed some really serious digestive issues. She had rolling gas. She called it air pump gas, like someone took a bicycle tire pump and pumped her intestines full of air. She had 10 poos per day. She had cramps, abdominal pain, and she was in hell. I was in hell. It was painful to watch. So she went to the doctor. They took blood tests. They did an abdominal x-ray. They did a sonogram. They couldn't find any obstructions, nothing. So they said she had IBS, and they prescribed some drugs. But Paula recognized those drugs. They were the same drugs that her mom had been prescribed when she had IBS. The problem was her mom had died of pancreatic cancer like 10 years before that. So Paula came home from that appointment. She was very emphatic. She said, "Paul, I'm not going down the same path that my mom went down. I watched what happened to her. She did everything the doctors told her to do, and she got worse and worse and worse, and then she died." So I said, all right, I'll support you, but I didn't know what I was doing. She didn't know what she was doing, but we started doing these alternative things, and we were a team. She learned, like if she was not going to eat potato chips, for example, or drink alcohol, I would not eat potato chips or drink alcohol, so we just didn't have it in the house. That kind of support was invaluable because those things, you know, they're tempting. And if you just don't have them around, then it's kind of like out of the picture. So that was one way I really supported her. Another way I supported her was we were really a team. She supplied the willpower, like she would say, I need to start juicing. And I would supply the discipline. And so I went out and bought the juicer, arranged our schedule in the morning so that so that we would juice. I got our son involved. So we got up early in the morning and we juiced a quart for the morning and a quart for the afternoon, things like this. But we did more than that. We became vegetarian. We became raw foodists at one time. We bought meal planning software. So everything was planned out. We had balanced meals. We avoided foods that caused the IBS. All kinds of stuff were implemented. And we totally rearranged our lifestyle. There wasn't any guidance out there, and we did some things that didn't work, but we did some things that worked too. And after about a year or two, her symptoms were gone. Gone. Depression gone, IBS gone. So she is on some supplements right now, but they have 0 side effects. And she's probably the happiest person I know. Really, she laughs and sings all the time throughout the day. So that's not the end of my story, though. When we were raw foodists, we went to these conventions or gatherings, like they're called. They were really cool. We'd listen to these speakers, but what was really awesome was talking to the people that would come to these things. And most of the time, someone had some healing miracle story to tell. So I talked to people that had healed themselves of diabetes. I talked to people that had healed themselves of cancer and lupus. And I know that I had cured IBS and depression. So I knew there was something to this stuff. And I thought, like, this is the best kept secret on the planet. I have to tell everybody. And so I went out and told as many people. Every time there was a health issue came up, I had an answer for them. And I basically came across as some kind of religious fanatic. And so I knew I needed to really learn more about what I was doing. and talking about. So I went to Bowman College and got a degree. Well, I became a certified nutrition consultant. And I actually learned a lot about IBS and other stuff. And I learned about what worked that I did and what didn't work that I did. And I actually could have took those 2 years and narrowed it down to 1 or 2 months from what I know now. And I also learned that there's not, the way that I did it was one way, but it's not the only way. People are curing themselves of these conditions, not just on one diet or one approach. So it really opened up my perspective on this thing. So there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to this thing. There's a whole array of causes and solutions and types of solutions that fit different people. So I got an invaluable education. I want to show you how you can overcome this condition too, much quicker than the way I did. So I put together an ebook summarizing the causes of IBS and what you can do to reverse them. I've even discovered why doctors think IBS is incurable. I put it all together in an ebook. It's called The 5 Absolute Most Important Steps You Should Take Now to Reverse IBS. You can get it by going to my website, dismantlingibs.com, and sign up for my mailing list. It'll be the first email that you get. It's priceless to anybody struggling with IBS. It summarizes years of personal experience and education. So just go to dismantlingibs.com and sign up for my mailing list. I know you're struggling with this thing. I know you're in a lot of pain, and I know you're experiencing depression and discouragement right now. I want you to know one thing. IBS is not incurable. You can beat this thing. It takes willpower, it takes discipline, and it takes persistence. But you can do it. So don't give up.